Just going to pull over. This is actually the Woomera Cemetery. It's just something I want you to see. The audio could be quite crappy because there's a strong wind here. But yeah, this is the local Woomera Cemetery. I just wanted to pay my respects to Len Adel, because this is his final resting place, which seems appropriate because Len worked very, very closely with the Australian government and was responsible for opening up so much of the outback so that they could get data on the rocket testing and all that sort of stuff. So all those blokes who travel extensively through Australia's outback and done things like the Gun Barrel and the Adel Highway and Connie Sue and all the others have this bloke to thank for it. So Len passed away some years ago, 95 I think it was, and his wife Anne survived him for a few years, but she was also laid to rest here as well. So very fitting that he'd be laid to rest here, I think. But thank you for your patience, folks, and thank you for letting me indulge. I just thought it was only fitting to pay respects to Len, and I guess Anne to a degree. She would have put up with a lot of misery. She actually joined him later out in the field, out in the bush with baby Connie Sue. So yeah, she must have been a tough cookie. Anyway, let's go to Roxby Downs, shall we? Well, we've pulled up at the Roxby Downs. Tom's noticed that he's got an engine oil leak, so he's going to go in there and buy some bits, and later this evening he's going to have a poke around and see if he can sort out the problem. Alright, leaving Roxby Downs. From here we go past the Olympic mine, which is a bit controversial. They actually mine, I think it's gold, silver, copper and uranium. Of course it's the uranium that makes the mine controversial, but obviously unusual to have those four minerals in the one spot. Yeah, the mine's operated by BHP, so obviously Roxby Downs exists because of the mine. But anyway, yeah, we go past the mine shortly, and then we just keep heading sort of north-east-ish on what they call the Borefield line, or the Borefield Track I think it is, and that'll take us up to the Oodnadatta Track. So yeah, all the dirt from here now for a couple of days. That's bore dust, ladies and gentlemen. If you hit that at speed, it's like riding on fluid. Alright, we're coming up to the junction of the Borefield Road, the one we're on, and the Oodnadatta Track. We turn right here, head towards Maree, about 70 kilometres. The Oodnadatta Track primarily exists, well in fact only exists, because of the GAN railway. The Oodnadatta Track was a service track for the railway line. The GAN has since been realigned, so now it's purely tourist traffic that uses it. There's still quite a bit of reminders of the original railway line. Overpasses, bridges, railway sidings still exist. Water tanks, because it was originally steam driven. So yeah, it's just a reminder of the previous era, I guess. Okay, this is Maree. Once again, only existed because of the GAN railway. It was on tourist traffic now, I think, to survive. We're going to pull up early today so that Tom's got a chance to try and find the source of this leak. Once upon a time, they used to have free camping at the side of the pub, so we'll go and see if that's still the case. We'll refuel in the morning because Tom has to take the tank off. There's no sense filling the bloody thing up. Only to have to lift it off the bike, 30 kilos. So yeah, you can still, I mean, there's the old platform. Camp and van area, free parking, self-registration required. Showers, toilets, gold coin on a box, pets okay. Ooh, looks a bit looks a bit hard, but you know, there's some amenities here. I think in the back there is probably camping. We'll figure it out. Tom's stripped the bike down. He's cleaned up the whole area with brake clean. We're just going to run the bike for a few minutes and see if we can see any sign of a leak. Well, not a good start to the morning. Bit of drizzle, and these roads out here doesn't take much. They become bloody dangerous bloody quickly. We'll refuel and grab a bite to eat. Hopefully it'll blow over in the meantime. Hopefully. Well, still drizzling. We're going to leave here. We're going to head north on the Birdsville Track. We'll just take it nice and steady. We've underestimated how long it's going to take us to where we have to go. I guess that was my fault. I just didn't do the maths properly. So today was going to be a big day for us. We were hoping to cover about maybe 700 kilometres. So yeah, we've got to make some progress, even if it's only at 30 or 40 kilometres an hour. There was no rain forecast for here, so yeah, this has caught us off guard a bit. We've just pulled over at the Mongrel Hotel for fuel and a cup of coffee. By coincidence, they had an off-centre rally here 6 years ago. A couple of hundred bikes and riders. Just talking to Tom, he seems to think that leak is better, but it's still a slight leak. We'll have another look at it, I guess, in a day or two. Once we left Maree this morning, yeah, the roads were a little bit greasy. Probably for about 30 or 40 kilometres. We had to take it easy, but after that it seemed to dry out pretty quick, so we've been able to make reasonable time. Now, as I said, I was here 6 years ago on a off-centre rally, and that sign was there then. So I don't know how long it takes to get approval for a McDonald's franchise, but they're taking their time. From here, 311 kilometres to Birdsville. Local time here at the moment is 11 o'clock, so we expect to be there about 3. Probably have a quick break there and then try and get about an hour the other side of Birdsville, I think, just to sort of be on schedule, because we are a little bit behind. Both of us have had tyres ordered at a bike shop in Mount Isa, a front for me and a rear for Tom. Today's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday. Probably get there early Friday morning, I think. See how we go. Well, welcome to Queensland. Hopefully that's the last of the freezing nights that we've been having. The last few. When I say freezing, I mean literally freezing. Minus 2.5 degrees. Should be a thing of the past now for a couple of weeks at least. I'm just entering Birdsville now. I've been here before, but Tom hasn't, so I'm just going to give him a quick cook's tour of the place. We still need to get going. We can't stay here this evening, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'll give him a quick cook's tour. There'll be the obligatory photo in front of the pub, I think. Refuel, and then we'll head off. Keep heading north. That's the end of the Birdsville Track. We're now on the Air Developmental Road. The Birdsville Track, its origins are actually as a stock route. And when you have a look at some of that terrain and vegetation, or the lack of vegetation, I wonder how any of the cattle would have survived in the first place. So that would have been tough going. Yeah, we'll ride for another hour now and pull up and find a bush camp somewhere. Not exactly a bush camp, but it'll do. It's a different setting. Peel off in the bush somewhere so we can have a fire. Yeah, I think down there somewhere. Tom said he's got a fairly good GPS. And he said something about a waterhole down here. So we'll go and check it out. Alright, we're a day's ride from Mount Isa. We're calling in there to get some tyres done. We've got a couple of strategies. One is to stop just short of the town, camp overnight and then get the tyre sorted in the morning, or alternatively get in a town, camp in a campground, caravan park, and then see the tyre bloke first up, and that'll give us the rest of the day to start making our way toward Adel's Grove. So we'll see how we go. It's all blacktop today, I think, which won't be a lot of fun, but that's okay. I don't know what the weather's doing. I don't think the weather knows what it's doing. It's trying to rain, it's not trying to rain. It's all very bizarre. Yeah, Tom's behind me. I counted for everybody. That's easy when there's only two of you. A very pleasant campsite last night by some wetlands. So yeah, a couple of towns to go through, Bedourie and Ooyy, and not much else. I thought the road was all sealed, but clearly not. Not yet, anyway. Something's happened. I can smell fuel. Shit. Shit. Fuel hose has come off. Holy shit. easy way to drain your tank, I guess. We've just approached Mount Isa. Mount Isa is all about the mine, the copper mine. Earlier today we rang the bike shop and he's agreed to swap out the wheels, or the tyres at least, tomorrow morning at 9 AM. So we've struggled to find accommodation here in Mount Isa tonight because this weekend is the Mount Isa Rodeo. All the accommodation, including the caravan parks, pretty much booked out. Tom made a few calls earlier today and he was able to secure us a couple of unpowered tent sites in a caravan park, so that's where we'll stay this evening. We'll get up in the morning and get the bikes over to the bike shop, swap out the tyres, do a bit of resupply, and then probably head off late morning, I think, for Adel's Grove and the off-centre rally. It was a pretty quick transit to get here through parts of Outback Queensland. I mean, featureless and barren terrain for most of the journey. Most of it was sealed, a little bit of unsealed stuff, but most of it was sealed. So yeah, relatively quick transit today. Make use of every bit of available space here. Right, we're going on our way to see the bike shop. He said he's going to be flat out because of the rodeo, but he has, and what I said is that we'll take the wheels off just to make it a bit easier for him. He acknowledges that's probably a good idea, just to save a bit of time. So we'll go in, we'll rip the wheels off, get the tyres swapped out, come back, pack up, and leave later on this morning. I reckon I know where they're going. It was a Motos tractionator that was ordered some weeks ago for Steve. Yep.
That's Motos one?
Yep, that's for the front. Now we agreed that we'd take the wheels off just to make things, because he's under the pump.
Yeah.
Do we do that just there or around the back, or?
I'll ask him to see when he goes.
Okay, sure. Alright, new front, better take the first few corners a bit steady because new tyres come with a wax coating. It can be a little bit treacherous when new, but yeah, that should give me trouble-free motoring now. Geez, I don't know, I'd expect 15,000 Ks out of that front tyre at least. So yeah, this set will get me home. So now I'm running Motos both front and rear, which is a first for me. I've had the rears before, the Motors Tractionator, very hard wearing tyre, not great in the mud, so I'll avoid the mud. But yeah, from here I'll refuel, get breakfast, go back to the campground, pack up, and then we'll hit the road and start heading for Adel's Grove. We don't know whether we're going to be on the side of the road tonight, well, bush camping, or actually at Adel's Grove. We'll know more later today. Well, we're off. Initially we head towards Camberwell. Be on that road for about 100 k's before we peel off. It's been a good opportunity here just to do some making and mending. Tom used the time to sort out some of his electrics. Didn't have a headlight, and the heater grips weren't working, and a couple of other bits and pieces. So yeah, he put the time to good use, and now he does have a headlight and heated grips. Not that he'll need the heated grips for another few weeks. They would have come in handy a few days ago in the minus 2.5 degrees Celsius temperatures. That's a bit odd, isn't it? It's a bit odd. Keys in the ignition.